Live from the NTP studios, this is episode 200. We are here.
200.
It's Mark and I are drinking our beverages. Mark's got the special cherries. It's going to be foot on the gas all night tonight. So buckle
Usually
up.
at the beginning of these things, there's some music playing.
Oh.
So I thought we would try to bring in
Ah!
the one and the only Colt Ball.
If his audio connects.
He's trying to come in. We'll see if he gets in here or not.
Oh,
I mean, he's ringing the doorbell.
I didn't
Colt,
hear-
are you there? Oh, he's still trying to get in.
I didn't hear the doorbell either.
Oh,
We tested that pre-show and it worked.
We'll cut this out.
There it is.
Colt? Colt, are you there? He's thinking about joining, guys.
We see his name.
It's a good start.
Yay!
There he is. We can see him. Oh, we can't hear him.
We can't hear you, Colt. We can hear that doorbell, though, but we can't hear you.
Oh, connecting
Wait.
audio. Maybe.
We're excited, Colt. Can you hear us?
I can hear you now.
Yeah.
And we can hear you now.
Cool. You guys can you hear the instruments and everything?
We
Just you.
just a hair. Well, I heard the guitar for a second.
Okay.
There.
Cool.
Yes.
Right on.
What's going on,
What's going
Colt?
Colt?
How much? Just working with some new studio setups and stuff. I've been in album mode for the past few weeks now. Well, I guess time's flying. It's been a month.
Wow.
Yeah. So
What are you recording?
recording
Music.
and yeah. Yeah, so I've been on the road
Folks.
so long, and finally we got together with the guys and we're able to hash out some work. So I've just been putting the finishing touches at home.
That's awesome.
Are we getting a shout out on the credits in the sleeve in the CD?
Well, heck yeah.
So
Colt,
Colt, we love your music. I think Mark in particular loves your music.
Oh yeah, that's what's
Yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah. Huge fan. I first met you. It was out at the Lake of the Ozarks in Missouri, and then it was at that event, and it was pouring rain, and everybody was huddled inside, and you're just on the stage, and you just played for like 4 hours straight without shoes. It was great.
Oh yeah. I don't got shoes on right now, if you're wondering.
We were wondering.
Heck
That's awesome.
yeah, great time at Lake of the Ozarks. That place is super cool too.
Yeah, yeah,
The Gators.
yeah.
Well,
So-
would you play us that opening jam? I mean, is that a possibility?
We could do that. Here, let's get it going.
We might not be the same. You share the same pain that I do. We pray for sun, but we love the rain. Darkness is found in me, the light shining through. I seek for hope, but you sought for change now. I learned to speak of my point of view. We were buying words about the phrase, little baby. And sailing songs used to stay in the queue. And in the morning time, don't hesitate to whine. Reflect, create, even if it takes all night. What if your feet don't feel like dancing? What if your mind wasn't quite sure how to let things go? I'm asking. Your body's a hill for ego's mansion. I'm making room for soul.
Yeah, thanks, Colt. That was great.
That was fantastic.
And
Colt, rumor on the street is you might come back and hang out with us maybe at the end of the show as well.
Oh, for sure. I'm down for that.
all right.
Well, thanks so much for hanging out with us for a few minutes. We might see you there at the end.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Thank
Awesome.
you,
Thanks, Colt.
See you, man.
See ya.
Colt Ball, everybody.
Yeah, that's awesome. We need like a applause track.
We do need
Put
an
it in
applause track. I don't.
You'll
Yeah.
post.
Way to go. Thanks, Chris. You did a lot of work.
Yeah, way to open the show up. That was a wonderful surprise.
I tried.
Well done.
I tried. I don't know. Are you guys ready? I mean, are you ready for something else? I mean, I don't know how much of a fast pace you guys are into tonight.
I'm ready for foot on the gas, man. I'm ready.
Well, this is I mean, we talk about this guy. The studio is
I knew it. I knew it was gonna
NTP Studios. We got David Wren coming in, the David Wren from NTP. He is our diamond partner for 2025. David, are you there?
Indeed.
We can't see you, David. Are you in the rub down room after playing pickleball? Is that why your camera's off?
It's a combination of the muscle aches from pickleball and rock climbing and rock skipping. You know, that wears a guy out when you're trying to keep up with all these hobbies.
You don't even know what hobbies you have anymore.
You know, there's so many of them. My favorite hobby, as you guys know, is enjoying the great American spirit bourbon. So, you know, that's the favorite one. It is a sport, you know, especially something that you got to study.
And full contact sport if you do it right.
That's exactly right. Hey, you know, what an honor it is to join you guys today for your 200th episode. But
thanks, David.
Not just that it's the 200th episode. It's also because you guys are in all 50 states, and that's great to reach. That's a tremendous accomplishment. But not just that. You guys are in 9 countries, you know, other than the United States. That's incredible. But let me tell you something. What is most impressive is that this year,
I feel like David knew what he was going to say. Like,
someone wrote this for Dave. Chat GPT. Chris sent him a copy. Something.
Tell us more. Pat us on the back more, David.
And I don't know that your listeners know this, but this year you guys got runner-up for the best looking trio, the best looking host in America. And I forget who got first place, Josh.
It doesn't even matter.
Travis Kelce and his brother.
I think that's like they're football players, they're brothers.
Is that the next guest, Chris?
Who knows? Who knows?
So I think next year, you know, comb the hair, slick it back a little bit. You guys are going to get it for sure.
David, I'm losing my hair, and Mark. I mean, that's kind of a low blow, David.
Where are you going there, Josh?
If you look at the three of us, you can see a progression of hair. There's something going on here.
Yeah. Wait,
David, we appreciate.
Where am I in that progression?
You're at the end. You're clearly at the end. David, we try to plug you up as best we can. We know that you give some special K12 Tech Pro, K12 Tech Talk pricing. Would you just spitball what that is really quick to us?
Yeah, you know, and I would say this also, since we started sponsoring your podcast and the trade shows and the regional meetups that you guys do, we've gained quite a few school districts as clients, and a lot of it is we designed our product to be affordable for the K12 and SLED space, the state, local government, and education. And a lot of it, if you look at like our core and TVM products, what we're doing with SentinelOne, it's been tremendous. So since we started with you guys, we're in over 15 states with different school districts right now. And the SentinelOne stuff has been amazing. As you guys know, the service that we offer around that is tremendous, and our SOC team. The thing that we've done recently, when we priced our core product, which is kind of like a SIM MDR solution, our pricing for the consortium through K12 Tech Pro, we added our TVM service to that as well.
And it's awesome.
You know, the commercial space, you know, we charge for each of those. So just by combining those two is over a 50% discount and cost savings. but we deduct another, I think it's 20 or 25% off for your consortium pricing that your members get. And ironically, the TVM offering was one of our very first managed service offerings back in 2011, 2012. And we recently kind of overhauled that with a new platform that is just tremendous. And it gives you a tremendous amount of ongoing intelligence about vulnerabilities in the environment, but it adds, compliance checks. You can run it against any kind of compliancy or regulation that's out there, as well as offering patch management. So
Awesome.
if you or your members are using a product or something along the lines that does something like that, this probably would end up saving them money, but give them better data, better intelligence, and better, more useful information.
I just got TVM running like 2-3 weeks ago, and it's fantastic. I love it. We found some issues and we're addressing them. So kudos to your team, David, for getting that up and running for me and helping me figure all that out. It's been awesome.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
David, if listeners want to talk to you about pricing, who should they email?
Email me, dren@ntp-inc.com.
Okay.
And we'll get back to you right away and help you however we can.
And Wren is WREN.
WREN, like the bird.
Do you have any final words of wisdom for us?
I was thinking about that, and I like to kind of use special occasions like this to develop a special cocktail, right? And I really like to use the American Spirit bourbon. So one drink that most people know about is the old fashioned.
Yes.
Okay? So the old fashioned, and this is very simple. It's 2 ounces of bourbon, a quarter.
Write this down, Josh. Write this down.
Oh, I've got it memorized, man.
a quarter ounce of simple syrup and 2 or 3 dashes of bitters.
Yep.
Now, what you can do, you take that, you stir it with ice, you strain that, and then you garnish it with a cherry and an orange slice.
Luxardo cherry.
Exactly. So what you can do instead of simple syrup is use a liqueur. And one of the liqueurs that I've been using recently is a banana liqueur. So that adds a lot of depth and flavor. And instead of using a quarter ounce like you would simple syrup, use a half ounce of the liqueur. Huh. That adds a tremendous amount of flavor. It ups it, kicks it up a notch.
I think Emerald's got that copyrighted. We can't say that, David.
Yeah,
Emerald Lagasse will sue us.
Yeah, exactly. If you're not a fan of bourbon, then you can replace the bourbon with rum or tequila or vodka and still make like an old fashioned. And then 2 or 3 dashes of bitters. The thing about most people use the standard bitters, but you can also kind of, enhance that a little bit by using black walnut bitters or burnt orange bitters.
Chocolate. I've been on a chocolate bitters kick with those Luxardo cherries. Holy cow.
And spicy.
All right, hey,
there's a spicy bitter.
We gotta, David, I gotta cut you off. Like we gotta.
I just want to throw one more thing out real quick, Chris, because there's some confusion out there that bourbon is an afternoon or after work drink.
It's an all day drink, David.
I want to tell you, old fashioned was originally designed, and this is why I wanted to highlight this today. It is a breakfast drink.
Hell yeah.
So don't let mimosas or coffee and cream be your standard breakfast drink. Introduce a good old fashioned, and then hey, this is the way they did it in the 20s and 30s.
David, you can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning.
I agree.
Cheers, David. Thanks for coming on.
Cheers. Thank you, David.
Thank you. Have a good one.
See ya.
Yeah, Mark, you got to drink those all day.
I mean, I'm through number 1, so maybe
I need a refill. I need my producer to go get me some more makers. It's on the stop it.
All right, so I mean, these are all booked up. They're ready. They're ready to go.
Just bring the bottle.
We do have sponsors throughout this thing.
Need the whole bottle.
SaferWatch is hanging out with us for the next several episodes. You can check out Safer. Wow, this guy is ready.
Look, Mark, I got my bottle of Makers, Mark.
SaferWatchApp.com. They can enhance your school security. They can help you with your anonymous tip reporting. I got it. I'm getting it. Threat reporting, incident management, all the things. They can help you with your reunification. Check out SaferWatchApp.com.
I
Up
love how
next
I
is
love
the
how he
one and the only
pretends.
Mark's friend, Tom
Oh,
Ryan, coming into the house. Tom,
second
how's it
time,
going?
second time today I get grace with Tom Ryan's
Did
Hey,
he
Tom.
spoil it? Did he
presence.
tell you he was coming in, Mark?
He mentioned nothing about it. I had
I
no
knew he
idea.
was because I saw the email you didn't delete quick enough, Chris.
Oh,
Chocolate bitters,
geez.
Mark. Here you go, chocolate bitters.
Very nice.
Tom, how's it going?
It's going great. Had a good conversation with Mark earlier today. You know, he's a cybersecurity expert. And
He's been on the Canadian news.
on that side, he's a terrorist. On this side,
He struggles. He struggles.
Tom,
Tom,
is,
how are you doing?
you guys told me to join, and the last time you asked me to give Mark a hard time, and I did in a very casual way. But Mark was very upset when it was a published video. So when you asked me this time, you know, would you come on and give Mark a little grief? I said, oh yeah, hell yeah, I'll be right there.
And thank you. That does it for our time tonight, Tom. I really want to thank you for coming on.
You know, I do what I can do, Mark. I just, you know, what can I say?
So, Tom, what have you been up to?
Just, you know, there's just so much going on. Some things that are in our locus of control, some things on the federal side are out, and there's a lot of panic about things that we just don't have any control on. So trying to bring it back to what are things that we can actually do. Been doing a lot of work with school districts with the COSIN AI maturity rubric, and we're helping districts create their leadership teams implementation plan. We just have too many that say, yeah, you can go and use it, and then don't provide any safeguards or rails. I was telling one person, and an analogy would be, and I've got this slide on my slide deck of me with my 9-year-old and 13-year-old granddaughters in my car, and she's got the wheel and she's texting, the other one's singing and dancing on the other side. I said, you know, if I went up to my daughter and said, look at all these wonderful things you could do with a car, and then handed them the keys, and they say, well, we don't know how to drive. And I say, well, you'll figure it out. They probably would never survive to get to the good things. And I kind of feel that's the way we are within our school. The superintendent's board say, yeah, go ahead and use it. And then no training, no support, no understanding of how to use a tool and safeguard all of the cybersecurity risks that you've got with the adoption or the lack of discipline in adopting AI.
Yeah, we're getting ready to head down that path right now in my district. We're spinning up an AI committee and gonna hone our policy and our administrative policy on it, and try and set some guardrails there. So yeah.
Then you get this stuff comes in. Oh, the IT department's in charge of it, and they're like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thankfully, no. My superintendent said I was not in charge of this committee, and I was appreciative of that comment.
Nice.
Very cool. Tom,
So
you are.
to give you a couple interesting, fun facts about our headed participant here.
Yeah,
I'm
he
ready.
put on a hat because somebody made fun of his hairline in the last guest made fun of his hairline.
It's right here. It's right here. It's right. We're together. We're together. You know, Mark, even though he has the hairline, he's got, you know, such a baby face. Every time we go out to dinner, they card him.
Oh no, not this one.
Can we get out of this and maybe move on to a mature conversation? Then he wonders why we tease him.
No, I don't. I don't wonder at all.
He's turning red. His neck's getting red. You see that?
So we're on an IT review, and one of the CIOs of Houston is bouncing this ball. And Mark says, "Hey, can I see that?" And we're on this steep hill. He says, "Oh, that's nice." And then he throws the thing down the street.
Mark.
And you see this the Houston CIO just chasing after that, thinking, he's a big guy, Mark. You better go hide now. True or untrue?
True.
Mark.
True.
There are a lot of stories from the IT reviews, and so I'm always nervous when Tom starts to say one of them because
That's
there's
really funny.
a lot that you can't say on the air too.
Or he
And
can.
you know, I had so much material. It was hard to get it down to the hour and a half that you asked me to this session. You know, Mark is such a white guy. I mean, he's real pale. We go in to speak at this conference, and he says, "I'm going to stop into this, Brooks Brothers clothing store and get some new clothes." And I said, "Okay." So I'm walking around in there, and he says, "My wife really hates it when I buy my own clothes. She says they're always terrible." And I said, "Well, then what do you do?" And he goes, "Well, I'm a grown man now. I think I should be able to decide what I can wear."
Oh,
So
no.
he
Here we
gets
go.
some shirts and he gets some ties and stuff, and he brings it up to the counter, and the sales guy says, "Yeah, that's not going to work. You come on with me. We'll go show you some clothes." He says, "You don't want to pick out yellows when you're as white as you are." I'm just saying.
Wow.
It wasn't only his wife that had some concerns about his style. In fact, my last story I'll tell you, we have a Friday CIO call, and this started up during COVID so we could help each other. And Mark's always great. I got this great resource. It's a lot cheaper, and so we're starting to get, then he lets LA know, and there's this huge sucking sound of resources from that company, and now nobody can get anything. And the next thing you know, Mark's on the website doing a promotion. He's got lime green shorts on. You're thinking, Mark, what is going on with that? So he carries these things through. He knows they're a challenge for him, but he embraces that challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the Mark we know too.
Yeah. Embracing the hard things. Yeah.
Embracing the tough decisions in life. There's got to be somebody out there, the vanguard, leading the way. And
I mean,
I've known him to do that.
Who else is going to go on the Canadian news?
Josh is still upset that I was on the Canadian news and he was not.
Yeah.
I think Josh was the one who was telling me something about one of the incentives for his anti-phishing campaign was to give those little cheese
Swedish fish. Yeah, Swedish fish. Yeah.
as a reward for following the protocols, and he wondered why his adoption rate was low.
Yeah, nobody likes Swedish fish.
Hey, this is about
Nobody.
Mark. Tom, this is about Mark, not me.
Tom, we appreciate you hanging out with us. You've been on this podcast. I believe this is the 4th or 5th time.
Yeah, that's like a SNL level.
Yeah, that's a real deal.
But 2 of them are to give Mark grief.
Well,
Yes.
they still count. It's fine.
Yeah. Well,
So, Tom, we appreciate
enjoy
you. We
guys.
appreciate
I
your
hear-
work
I
that
hear
you're
great
doing.
things across the country from my CO partners that are saying, "Boy, I just love that show. Those guys are great. They have a lot of fun. Mark does a great job." And truly, Mark is a great cybersecurity expert and has always generous with his time on figuring out how to help schools out. He has a big heart with a lot of empathy for the challenges, especially for the small. I mean, he's been having a focus on smaller districts and their need for resources and support, and sometimes that's lacking. So I do appreciate that, but I more appreciate being able to have a little banter back and forth and have some fun, because the job's tough.
Yep.
And sometimes you need to let your hair down. Mark let it down so far he lost it.
There it is. I was waiting. I'm like, man, he's really saying some nice things.
Yeah, just set it up for the last one.
Yeah, I like it. Well, thank you so much, Tom.
Yeah, guys, thanks
thank you,
for
Tom.
inviting me.
We'll have you back on episode 300, maybe before that,
Yeah, I might be on a cane and having a hearing aid to help. All right, guys.
All right, we'll see you later, Tom.
Bye-bye.
Tom Ryan, everybody.
Tom's always fun to have on.
Oh man, there's 2 other people on this podcast that he could also lay into, but no,
I don't think so.
He doesn't know us quite as well as he knows you. I think that's why
really-
you're the target.
And that was a good mix of pokes, and then he would say something nice.
Yeah, at the
about
end,
you.
I thought he was just going to leave it with really nice things to say
But
about you.
That's the thing. It's all set up. He's saying the nice things so that it just makes that sting even more when he knocks me down a bit. So,
but it could have been much worse.
All right, our next guest is ready. I see him walking up the sidewalk, and this is going to be brought to you by Lightspeed, a proud sponsor of the K12 Tech Talk podcast. They have a great content filter and more. Check out lightspeedsystems.com. This was a hard person to get locked in. Wasn't sure how to go about the logistics of getting
because they
this
heard about the
person on.
doorbell.
But this is the one and the only Josh's kid,
Oh, Jesus.
Jackson, is here.
No way.
Jackson, welcome on board.
Hello.
Jackson, how's it going? Did you keep this a surprise from your father?
I'm pretty sure he has no idea.
I know now.
So,
Are you guys in the same house right now?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Jackson, whether you listen or know it or not, but your dad does speak of you on the occasion on the podcast.
Oh yeah, we hear him yelling while he's recording all the time.
So we
I can hear him from my room.
Okay, Mark had his Tom Ryan. Now I've got Jackson. Okay.
Yeah, so a serious question, and then I just kind of want you to unleash and tell your dad all the things that you've kind of built up into your heart for a while. But we hear that you're kind of following in your father's footsteps, getting into technology or cybersecurity or something, right? What's going on with you? Tell us a little bit about yourself, Jackson.
Right now, I'm in my second semester in my cybersecurity program. Right now, I am in my Security Plus class, my Linux class, and my Cloud Plus class, and everything's going really well right now.
Do you
That's
ask
awesome.
your dad like for help, or have you realized that he doesn't really do anything?
He helped me study for my Net Plus cert
Awesome.
last semester.
Do you also take after your dad's like
No, he doesn't
personality
drink, Mark.
Well, no. The whole like just shut them down, say no kind of mentality to IT.
A little bit.
I've taught him well. No, he takes a dog for a walk at his job.
It's true.
Your dad talks about you quite a lot, actually. Not just
I'm
on
sure.
podcasts, but even in our private chat, he'll talk about, oh, my Jackson just learned this in class and this and that and stuff. So, and it sounds like you're doing really well. You're one of the top students in the class, so kudos to you.
Yeah.
Your dad
So-
keeps us abreast of all of your report card grades and everything too. He
And
sends
his-
yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah,
he
his
sends
dog
us
walking
copies.
skills. Yeah.
Yep.
Do you have any like stories that you want to share about your dad? Did you
Oh,
come prepared for
jeez.
anything
Why are you
like that?
doing this?
I'm just asking the question.
Well, there's been a few. So Chris texted me as soon as they got done recording last week. Hey, do you want to be a part of this next week? And then he said, keep it a secret. I was like, oh yeah, sure. So I've been building stories over this week.
Great.
Today, when I got home, he had to ask me how to update his Steam because he is addicted to Marvel Rivals. I said, you click on the game and you press update.
Idiot.
I constantly correct him on a lot of things.
Like when I say no cap.
Or when you don't know who SZA is.
Yeah.
I love it.
Trying to think of a few others. He whenever he records, he drinks a lot. I know that. There was something else I was going to say, but I can't remember right now.
My bottle's empty right now.
All right. Well, before you get out of here, Jackson, I did prepare some dad jokes. And I used ChatGPT to kind of help me out with this. If you can guess these right, you might get to stay for longer. If not, we're going to kick you out of here. Why did the IT director bring a pencil to the staff meeting?
To throw it at people.
In case they needed to draw a network diagram.
Oh, that's horrible.
We've already learned that ChatGPT is terrible at jokes.
I thought that was a pretty good one.
That's horrible.
Why
That
do
was
school servers make terrible secret keepers? Because they always end up getting exposed.
What?
These are bad.
Yeah.
Let's just not do any more. No, this is...
Why did the smart board go to therapy? Because it had too many touchy subjects.
Oh my God.
No?
No.
All right, that's it. That's all I got. Jackson, thanks for hanging out with us. Sorry my jokes weren't very good. I'll try harder next time.
Yeah, do better.
See,
Josh, any parting words for Jackson?
No. Make sure your homework's done.
That's it. Zoom by. See ya.
See, zoom by. Okay, now that we've got a couple seconds, I have to say what cracks me up the most about all of this is that Chris is operating the doorbell and he's pretending like it is 100% real.
What? Someone else is already here?
Oh,
I didn't know. You guys know this guy. This is Chris
geez.
Illingworth with Fortinet, a proud sponsor of the K12 Tech Talk podcast. Chris, with a great first name, even spells it correctly. Chris, how's it going?
Going well. How are you guys doing?
I mean,
to see
I'm
ya.
fine. Josh's anxiety's on high. Mark's doing okay.
Yeah.
We just had Josh's family on, so you're a welcome sight for Josh right now.
Yeah. Let's
Josh-
move on.
Josh's son
I've
came
been
on
sitting
for a
here
few
like, how
minutes.
many things can I bring to bear for this conversation? And I'll make it easy. So
What's been going on with Fortinet? You're not here tonight to talk about the Fortipotty, we assume.
No,
Unless you're
but
ready
no.
for a big announcement.
Josh, you did not share that?
No, I did not share that. I was going to mention it real quick. Chris sent me Chris Illingworth sent me a text message today of a Forta cake on Instagram, and it's this guy had the Fortinet, I guess Fortinet, not the FortiGate logo, printed on a sheet cake, a white sheet cake, and it
No,
looked like
it
a
was
Fort.
made to look like a FortiGate.
Yeah, like a
And
yeah.
one of those things you start cutting it up and it's an edible FortiGate.
Because
So,
in there, well, we can't say edibles on this show because not everybody's over 21. Chris, you know.
listen, I'd say 2 of the 3 of you look like it might be commonplace, but I'm not going to say which 2. So no, I'm just
Well, everybody knows which two. It's like that show, that TV show. Is it?
Yes.
Isn't there a TV show? Is it Cake or something like
Yes.
that? Yeah. They looked like FortiGate firewalls. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. I thought for sure that would just take it to the next level and you would have already done something with it.
No,
How
not
do you-
yet. So, what's
how
your
do
big
you-
announcement?
How do you order that, by the way, from the store? Like, do you have to bring in a FortiGate? Because I'm going to guess cake directors don't also have expertise in.
My guess would be because cake decorating places can print out like edible sheets. My
Didn't you
guess
just
is
say
they.
you can't say that.
Oh yeah, sorry. Not
See,
marijuana
like I said,
sheets.
maybe it's just one big one out of the 3, not 2.
But they can print those. They printed out the logo would be my guess and put it on the top,
Okay.
and then
All right.
yeah, it was really cool. I'll have to send it to you guys.
What's
what's
been
Forti-
going on? Yeah, what's been going on with Fortinet?
Earnings announcement today.
Saw that.
Very favorable. Gartner added us to another Magic Quadrant. So validation of product. I mean, just it's all around good news in general. I think we're over 70 products now. So, the gate is what gets all the attention and platform, and it's just a good place to be. And really just having good conversations about it. As long as people are open to listening, it's taking care of a lot of people that listen to you guys. I think we've had 5 leads at this point, people around the US. We've routed them, and this year has been a really good conversation piece for Fortinet through the podcast. So that's pretty good.
Very cool.
So 70 products. Do they all start with 40?
Yes.
Have you ever considered like consolidating down to 40 products?
40?
Well, Mark, since you guys have kind of queened me as, the person who gets to speak on all things 40, I think that makes the most sense.
Yep.
I mean, you've ignored the Fortipotty all this whole time. Like
Listen, I love the Fortipotty, but I'm really partial to the 40 Explorer.
It's
Yes.
great. It's
Yes,
a
that's
great
the
gift.
Ford Explorer was
It is.
good.
That's a real product at this point.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yes.
Are we getting commission on that?
We should.
Yeah, you absolutely should. Because you always represent it in such a favorable light, Josh.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Oh man!
Well, Chris,
All right.
we appreciate you. We appreciate Fortinet. We always point our listeners to Fortinet podcast at Fortinet.com. That goes to you. We had somebody on K12 Tech Pro just reaching out to that email address. I know that you took care of them there. So we appreciate the sponsorship, the partnership, and it's episode 200. So we're already talking about episode 300. We hope that
Fantastic.
we see at the 300 mark as well.
Good. And I actually just visited one of the original 3 that Mark was the improvement over. So
Oh,
we visited a lot of good conversations recently.
That's a good little throwback to.
Well, we'll find out if he listens or not real quick.
yeah, we will too, because we'll be getting text messages. Yes, you're right.
We should probably just call him Listener Corey.
Yeah, at this point.
Maybe.
Is that-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if he's not listening, I wouldn't even give him that.
Well, Chris, thanks so much for hanging out with us and spending a couple minutes with us.
Thank you guys very much. I appreciate everything you've done for us.
See you, Chris.
Thank
See
you,
ya.
Chris.
Fortinet's such a good product too. And Chris is a great guy. He came down, and I think this week and visited with me. It was either this week or last week and visited for a while.
I think there we go. So this was a little bit. It's a group of people.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Group of people.
So I'm gonna. Hey
I
guys,
hope it's
come
your
on.
family. I hope it's your family.
Come on in, guys.
Oh.
It's all of K12 Tech Pro. It's Eric the intern. It's Jay. It's Rooks. It's Hayden the new guy, and it's that maintenance guy John. We'll see if John can even get his camera on.
Because John's not joining Wi-Fi at school because we talked about that.
How's it going, guys?
I would have preferred if Hayden's his Zoom name was at first name. That would have been a better.
Oh wow.
100%. I should have made it that for sure.
What's up, guys?
It's a party.
It is.
Is that a Chiefs jersey you got on there?
Well, yes, Mark. Where are we?
How does that make you feel, Mark?
Oh, I don't. Yeah, it's fine.
Are you one of those guys who's like, it's sports ball, whatever?
No, I know. I'm in New England, so we'll just leave it at that.
He's hoping for the Kelsey Swift engagement to take place after the game.
That's right. We're watching for Taylor.
Yes.
Isn't that one of the Vegas bets right now?
I'm sure.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
You bet on anything.
Yep.
So this is episode 200. And we can't help but talk about K12 Tech Pro along with this thing. So actually, David NTP was on here a little bit ago, and he gave this big speech about how we've hit 1,000 members and all the countries we're in, kind of taking the steam out of you guys coming on. But we're excited, right? We hit 1,000 members. We're in every state. New Mexico was the last stand. We finally got one tech from New Mexico to join us. We're in nine countries: Canada, Australia, Japan, Turkey, Germany, Thailand, Chile, and the United Kingdom, in addition to the US. That's pretty exciting stuff.
Oh,
exciting.
I mean, how are we feeling about that, guys? How are we feeling?
Josh is a big fan of chili.
I am. I like chili. Yeah. But not Texas chili. It's all the other chilies. Yeah.
Right.
Well, Chris, I feel great about that.
Do you have I mean, what should we do something special with that? What do you guys think?
Brooks, what do you think?
I think we should do something special. So to celebrate, I think Chromebook Parts is giving our listeners some amazing prizes. They are offering a toolkit for every episode that you guys have done. That's 200 toolkits to the first 200 listeners that reach out to us. What's that email address, Chris?
It is K12 Tech Talk Podcast at gmail.com.
.com.
So you email us, and then we ship you a toolkit for free.
Well, let's admit this. It's Hayden going to be doing this work, not you.
It's Hayden, the new guy, doing all of this. Yes.
Hayden,
No.
thank you for being the intern now. You have saved me.
No, Eric, you're still the intern.
No, I'm done. Hey, but wait, I have a job here. I have to let everyone know that there's more to this promotion.
Wait, there's more?
Wait, there's more. Yeah. So one of those lucky 200 people who receive that toolkit will also receive $1,000 and free repair services for their school district.
Holy
Wow.
Eric, was that a Billy Mays reference?
Oh, you got it.
Hold on,
Set it and forget it.
I know they sell parts. That's crazy. You mean to tell me they repair devices too?
Yes, they also repair devices.
Good job, Hayden.
Not only do they have the largest inventory of parts, they offer repair, buyback of old devices, and even sell new devices and accessories.
Okay.
A true life cycle partner.
What's up?
Hey, John. John, did you join the Wi-Fi?
Oh, I'm at home. I don't trust the school's Wi-Fi.
Oh, shoot.
I was actually trying to get on my computer, but I'm not the most tech savvy guy, so.
Yeah, are you on your
John,
phone?
but
I'm on my phone. I'm gonna try to do this though, as we're talking. Go ahead. You guys keep discussing. I'm gonna try to figure out how to do this.
Chris, where did you find this guy?
I don't know.
The maintenance department.
That John was forged in fire.
Yes, he was. Twice.
Whatever.
I hear that John's HVAC systems are the bane of Chris's existence.
Hey, Chris, I think I'm there. I think I got on the computer.
Yeah, here we go. John's going to join the Zoom twice.
Oh, I'm going to get off on here. Can you hear me on this one?
Oh, my gosh.
He got you everywhere, John.
You're such a maintenance guy right now.
This is like the first days of virtual learning.
This is the team. If you were wondering, we'll take a good picture of this probably, but this is the team of K12 Tech Pro and K12 Tech Talk. I'm excited about 200 episodes. I'm excited about the growth of K12 Tech Pro. It has been a real journey to go along with you guys. So let me take it.
And Chris didn't write the script or anything for Hayden and everybody, right?
I don't know. That was all natural.
Chris told me to come in here and make it really awkward, and I did the best I could.
No, John, you're not awkward.
All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight. I just took a pretty good picture of us. I think
I took a
we'll
snip. I took a snip on.
So just to recap, the first 200 people that email, what's the email address again?
Josh knows it well.
K12 Tech Talk at Gmail. Everybody .com.
Oh,
Thanks, everybody.
All right, and I would say include your physical address so that Hayden doesn't have to go back and forth 200 times asking what your address is.
Yes, please.
Are we the last guest, or you still got more?
No, you're halfway, John.
Right at the good part.
I told John some things, so I know that he's wanting to. Hold on, I'm gonna kick him. I got to do it. I'm sorry, John.
You'll tell John, but you won't tell us. Bye,
He
John.
worked so hard to get on the Zoom, and you just kicked him out 30 seconds later.
We had to. He was gonna say something.
He'd been working on it for the last hour.
He went home because he was like, I think I got to update Zoom on my phone or my computer, whatever.
Poor John.
All right. Good talking to y'all. We'll
Bye,
see you
everybody.
later.
Bye, guys.
Guys.
Congratulations.
We're just going to wing this and see if it's the person or not. I don't know. This might be the next guest.
It's probably the next guest. Can't you see names?
The name is iPhone 13 Pro.
Let's do it.
Oh, okay. Here we go. We're going to do it. Oh my gosh. Here we go. Okay. We have our next guest, I think, coming in. It is the one, the only Tanya Haddix.
I knew it.
Tanya, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Hey, Tanya, how are you?
Good. Thank you for inviting me, guys.
Oh my God, you look fantastic.
You
Thank
do.
you. Well,
Mark,
thank you.
I don't know if Chris told you the backstory or not, but I'm from the town, and we don't want to say the town that Connie is in. I think I actually was at a birthday party in the 80s with one of Connie's early little monkeys at the time. And then my mom and dad have a place at Lake of the Ozarks just down the street from where you're from your petting zoo and everything.
Really?
So
That's
yeah,
cool.
I drive by
Yeah.
your place multiple times a month. Yeah.
Well, you need to stop by sometime.
Yeah. If you hear somebody honking like crazy, it's me.
Okay.
Well, this is Tanya Haddix, in case you're just now listening into us. Former nurse, collector of primates, most recently known for being on the HBO documentary Chimp Crazy. Tanya, thank you so much for hanging out with us for a few minutes. Well, I
you're
feel
quite
like you and I are
welcome.
Facebook friends now.
Yes, exactly.
We have talked about you on our podcast many a time, in particular, Josh.
Yes, it was all me. Yeah.
Josh is a big fan. Mark actually did a quick exchange with you on TikTok at one point.
Yeah, you did a live. I don't know what restaurant you were in, but Mark asked what was it, Mark, you asked her?
I asked like what's your favorite restaurant in the Ozarks? And
yeah, and you said Baxter's and Otami's, right?
Yes, it is. Because the lake really doesn't have a lot, you know how that goes. But definitely Baxter's. But I like to go to Otami's because it's a cool like neighborhood hangout. Everybody knows you. You know, because just like I went to a restaurant local and yesterday, and I hadn't been there for a while because I don't really care too much for it. And all the waitresses wanted a picture before I left. So the whole crew came up and we did a picture.
Fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
My son works at Paradise during the summer, so I'll have him keep an eye out for you.
Yeah, we go to Paradise because it's just a hop, skip, and a jump.
Yeah, it's real close to your place. Yeah.
So in fact, the owner
I'm sorry.
wants to go ahead and use our land to be able to access because you know they own Frankie and Louie's and they want to be able to drive to go to Paradise. So yeah.
So what's it like at the lake? Do people recognize you? Do people ask you about the different animals that you have down there?
Oh, all the time. Yeah, you know, and especially like if you go to Walmart, you'll have people snapping pictures. I went into Shoe Carnival a couple of weeks ago with a friend, and a lady jumps out of her car and comes up and hugs you. And yeah, so you get that all the time. But even going through the airports and stuff, I'll have a lot of people come up and want pictures and that type of stuff, which is fine. You know, I don't care because everybody says, you know, you're so kind to do this. And I'm like, it's no big deal because, you know, I'm just a normal person. So it's okay.
That's fun.
Not in Josh's eyes.
Yeah. You're a celebrity, Tanya. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, thank you. I just did TBS. I don't know if you guys seen it Sunday, Dinner and a Movie. It was really fun.
Oh, did you? Cool.
What was the movie?
I did. It was Kong, Skull
Island. Of course.
Yeah,
of course. Yeah.
But we played games. We played the monkey tail game, and of course I kicked butt, but it was fun.
So Tanya, my wife and I, these guys were talking about the documentary and said I had to see it. So we finally sat down and watched it. My wife and I, we loved it. And I gotta say, the entire time we're watching it, we're sitting there with our dog, and we see the love that we have for our dog is what you have for your animals. I don't want to call them pets. They're part of your family, as you just said in the documentary.
Sure.
And we saw the emotion when you lost those members of your family. I've seen a couple of interviews with you recently, and you've talked about like there needs to be changes in laws and federation, you know, the federal laws and stuff around animal ownership. I'd be curious from your thoughts after going through this whole situation, what would you like to see change in federal or state laws?
Yeah, as I told PETA, when they started going after Connie, and I just got added to the lawsuit because I went up and helped Connie. I didn't even own the chimps, and it wasn't my lawsuit, it was Connie's. I had told them from the beginning, you know, I understand that a lot of people shouldn't own chimps because it is a lifetime dedication, and it is a long dedication. You give up a lot to get to do that, but you also get great rewards too. So it depends on the person and the responsibility, and if you are a good productive owner. But my whole thing of it is like I told them, if you don't want that to be normal for our society today, then we need to pass new legislation. And I was always for the new legislation, but I just didn't see PETA's agendas in hurting the kids that already have been placed in, you know, captivity and have been in movies and have been in Hollywood for all these years and been raised by people, and then to throw them out on an island like they did Tonka. I just don't think it's fair to them. You know, I just don't. So that was my whole goal was, you know, I'm cool with new legislation as long as it's appropriate, but I think they need to leave the ones that's been in captivity alone and let them die out and just not not, produce anymore. And I'm okay with that, because a lot of them are old now.
Yeah.
Tonka's 34, 35 years old. And, we had one that was 64, that was a zippy chimp. And,
Wow.
so, and if you look every day, pretty much every day, you can see where a chimp's died in the US, either at a zoo or at the sanctuaries. And it's not because of abuse or anything. It's just because they're aging out. So I'm okay with that, but I'm not okay with what they did to Tonka because it's just not fair to that kid. It's just not.
If you were given the opportunity to visit Tonka today, would you take it?
Oh, yeah. In fact, I've challenged him a billion times. Let me go down there with my transporter cage, no sedation drugs. Let me go on that island by myself with Tonka and let me ask him if he wants to go home. And if he gets in that cage and lets me put that heavy door on that cage and put a lock on it, are you going to let him go home? Because I'm self-assured, even though I have not seen him for 2.5 years, that he would do it and I wouldn't have to sedate him. It took them over an hour to sedate him, to take him out of my home. But I guarantee you I could do it without any sedation drug at all.
Tanya, give us an idea. How much did he weigh? How big was he when he left your place?
About 260.
Okay. And stood when he was standing erect.
He was almost as tall as I was when he stood up.
Okay.
Connor, the Hallmark greeting card chimp, was taller than me when he stood up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Big animals. So
they're massive. Yeah, they are. But Tonka had been in Hollywood ever since he was 6 months old. So he had always been around people. He wasn't a humanized chimp. And I mean, he was humanized. He was not a chimp. And if you look at the article that they did in People magazine with Save the Chimps, the caregiver that had Tonka said that when he first came there, he didn't know chimp politics. All he knew was humanization. So they try. I mean, that came out of their own mouth. So that tells you that they're trying to change him just because they think that that's the way it should be. And again, I didn't set that standard. I only knew him for 4 years. Everybody else had him for many years before that. So, I didn't set them standards for him.
What would you say your most unique or exotic animal that you have now at your petting zoo or your site is?
I have, because it's mine and my husband's, he has a camel. We have, I have a howler monkey that lives in my house. Two howler monkeys that live, two howlers that I raised. She's 2 years old, and then I just got him probably about 6 months ago, and he was parent raised, but I got him for a companion for her when she gets older. I have capuchins. I have a pair of spider monkeys, but they're not in the house. They're in a monkey barn. But I do have gibbons. I have a pair of gibbons. They're not on the property yet, but they will be in springtime. So I have a lot of exotic animals. Yeah.
Awesome.
Llama, muntjac deer, kangaroo, wallaby, sloth. I have a sloth in my house. So a little bit of everything.
No, how many animals do you have?
Between my husband and I, we probably have 60 to 70 animals.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a dog.
I used to have dogs.
Do you have a dog? Do you have a dog?
No, I used to, but I had poodles, and whenever I got a monkey, they harassed the poodles, and I just did. Once they aged out and they died, I just didn't replace them because I didn't think it was fair to the dog to have to put up with a monkey. Yeah.
Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, capuchins they're like 2-year-olds on speed, so they don't ever quit. And so they would roll the poodle and they would sit up on the chair, the wingback chair, and wait for the poodle to go by and roll him. And so I just always felt sorry for the dog. So
to get harassed all the
after
time.
both of them aged out and they both died, I was like, and my kids were grown, I was like, no more dogs. So
wow,
well,
that's crazy.
We have a mixed golden retriever poodle, a golden doodle, and if anybody tried to roll him, we'd be kicking the monkey out of the house.
Well, you had that bird.
Exactly, because that's your baby. And that's what I tell everybody. It doesn't matter if it's a monkey. It doesn't matter if it's a cat. It doesn't matter if it's a dog. You know what? If they become your family member, that's exactly what they are. And, to me, anybody that wouldn't protect their family member, you got a problem. So.
Yep.
All right.
Tanya, thanks for hanging out with us.
You're welcome.
We
Anytime.
We are a school district technology department podcast.
And we have Tanya on here. Yeah.
And
it's interesting, isn't it?
I love it so much. and I think we can unpack this too. You had technical difficulties getting on, and I was
Yes,
a
I had to
troubleshooting fool
manually,
with
and
you.
I'm not real tech savvy, but I had to manually input it. That's how desperate I was to hurry up and get on for you
Oh,
guys.
I love it.
We
I love
appreciate
it
it.
so much. Yes, thank
Yep.
you so much for hanging out with us. I hope that you like. What do you want to plug? What should our listeners like follow you with?
Basically my Cameo account more than anything. I love doing the cameos,
Mhm.
not because it produces a lot of money, but because I'm one-on-one with
Yeah.
people that appreciate, the Chimp Crazy thing or just my story and my philosophy. I get a lot of support off there. So
Awesome.
it makes you feel good to do a personal cameo with somebody that really, really is really appreciative. And I always get a lot of feedback, sometimes tips, which I don't care about that, but it's just, that they're out there supporting you instead of these
Yes.
naysayers that get
Sure.
on your private message and saying that they hope your face gets ripped off. So,
Good Lord.
you get both mixtures, and it's
Yep.
kind of nice to have the positives. And
Yep.
Cameo definitely has been very positive. So
Well,
All right.
we are on your side, and if you ever see someone that looks similar to Josh's looks wearing like a chimpanzee suit near your house, it's just Josh. He's just a fan.
okay, don't think nothing of it, right?
No, it's just Josh. No big deal. Hey, we did want to ask
Okay.
you this too. At
Uh-huh.
Baxter's go-to meal, what would you recommend?
Oh, filet. Their
Oh yeah.
fillets are amazing.
And the blue cheese
even their
potatoes.
lobster. Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. My husband gets lobster too with his fillet, but their fillets you can't miss it. Every time it's perfect.
All right, Tanya. Well, if I catch you at Paradise this summer, we'll share a beer. Okay.
That'll be fine. I'll buy you one. Okay.
All right. Thanks, Tanya. Thanks for coming on.
Have a great night, guys.
You
All
too.
right. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Oh, Chris, you never cease to amaze me.
Tanya Haddix. That was
Amazing.
awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, we have one last guest, and he's been waiting. He probably doesn't even need to ring the doorbell. And this is going to be brought to you by ClassLink, ClassLink.com. They can do your SSO rostering and more. I will introduce this guy. This is a throwback to episode 31, our most popular episode. This is Denzel, a ransomware
wow.
interview. I mean, that's been years and years and years ago now. Like
Yeah,
at this
how
point,
long was
many an
that?
episode ago. So we're going to try to get Denzel on here and just to touch base a little bit with him.
If I remember correctly, Denzel was the one who had to call in the National Guard.
No, that was Louisiana.
Okay.
No, Denzel they compromised a technician's account.
Oh yeah.
And got in through RDP, if I remember right.
How's it going, Denzel?
Doing all right. How are you guys?
Hey,
Good.
I recognize the voice right away.
How's it going, man?
Oh, surviving.
Are you still in you're still in your district?
Oh yeah, yep, still there.
I want to let you two know that Denzel is pretty down for the count with weather, but he knew this was episode 200 and he's making it work for us.
You mean health, not weather?
Oh.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. Under the weather. Yeah.
Under the weather. Yeah.
Well, we appreciate your time.
NyQuil thing. Sorry.
Yeah, NyQuil will grow back a severed leg, man. We appreciate your time tonight coming on, even if you're feeling ill. Yeah, it's been one of the more popular episodes. Your episode, we re-released it a couple weeks ago during Christmas break. The feedback has been cool because people are like, "Holy cow, that's a great story." That gave me ammunition to go and argue to turn off RDP services or something like that. And it hammers home the idea of needing MFA on those elevated accounts. So yeah, we appreciate you spending the time with us then and spending time with us now.
Yeah, of course. It was great last time.
I
It
gotta
wasn't a
say
great story for me.
Your episode is the reason when I left my district, when my team asked, so, do you need your account a little bit longer after I left? I said, nope, you're going to shut my account down the second I leave. Because we all know what can happen if you don't. So I appreciate your episode.
Yeah, of course.
Denzel, so what year was that took place?
Oh,
like how many years ago ish has that been?
Was it 2019, I believe?
Okay.
Yeah,
so some time has passed.
We did the interview after COVID, and I guess it happened sometime in that time frame, so that would make sense. Yeah.
So that's been 6 years. What has changed since then?
Oh, multi-factor everywhere.
Yeah.
No one has a privileged account anymore, including myself. We do managed EDR, so through CrowdStrike, not to plug a vendor, but
yeah, sure.
And our VPN access is strictly limited, and we force a security certificate, so two-factor on that. Now the challenge is we're logging all this information, and how do we parse through it and pull out the junk from the good stuff? But,
when you really do have something out of the ordinary, how are you spotting it? Yeah.
There's just so much now that it makes it a little difficult. But having that managed service with CrowdStrike definitely has caught a few things and saved us a couple times.
Support from staff, staff that were there during your incident, obviously they probably remember it. Have you had much pushback from staff when you're implementing MFA everywhere, like you said, or do they remember that incident and like, this is to keep that from happening again?
Yeah, I remind them regularly. So there is very little pushback on two-factor from anyone. A couple new staff, it's always a little bit of a challenge. Same thing with, those are our high flyers for our phishing tests, of course.
Sure.
But definitely a lot of support from my faculty, fortunately.
Good.
That's good.
All right, I got one last question. I'm afraid for the answer.
Okay.
What do you use for an SIS?
Infinite Campus.
Dodged that bullet this spring, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
A bunch of us in Missouri dodged that bullet. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
No, we changed last year. I hope to never repeat that process. I think
oh my gosh.
Ransom.
Yeah, Denzel, that's one of those. I will never change SIS again.
I'll go do something else.
Yep.
Never do.
Yep. All right, man. We don't want to keep you because you're under the weather. So go feel better. Take some more NyQuil. Have a hot toddy and tuck yourself into bed. We appreciate you spending a couple minutes with us on episode 200. I will say we just interviewed Tanya Haddox from Chimp Crazy, so you'll have to go back and listen to this episode if you know who she is.
Okay, definitely will.
All
Appreciate
right.
you having me on.
Thanks, Denzel.
Thanks, Denzel.
Thank you.
Bye. All right, guys, it's been an episode.
It's been an episode.
We
Tanya
made it.
Haddox, yeah. My kid was on here. All the probe members.
It's been a good deal. So I'm gonna bring Colt Ball back in, and he's gonna play us a couple tunes on the way out, fellas. Episode 200.
200 more.
I wouldn't pick anybody else to do it with. It's been great. Colt, take us away.
Alrighty, see what we can do here. Song's called Concentrate. It's time to concentrate, and I hope that someone will stand up and activate while I contemplate how far we've come. And they say the human race, we grew lazy, the only ones. We know we needed change, but the change needs work. The work just needs to be done. I said the work just needs to be done. Said the work just needs to be done. Open your mind and your ears. Don't shed no crying tears. A system endorsed by fear will never self-sustain when all you hear is pain. Throw away all the false desire. Surrender it to the sacred fire. Now our politicians who crooks and lies. It just seems that way almost every day now. It's time to concentrate. I know the Holy Sun makes believers sit and wait while the non-believers stand up to run. While leaving up to faith, aren't we the fatal ones? It's crucial, so they say, and they speak of the day, so listen now, yeah. I said, then listen now. Why don't you listen now? Put your hand in the mixture, pull it out and paint the bigger picture. You can see how a single light fixture can domino effect the people to connect. Together we are one body, the arm don't move, the hand can hardly grasp on to the concept of progress. Diagnostics involves other stances. Concentrate. I know there's someone gonna stand up and activate, but I contemplate how far we've come. And they say the human race, the good is the only ones. We know we need change, but the change needs work. The work just needs to be done. Yeah. I said the work just needs to be done. I said the work just needs to be done. The work just needs to be done. I said the work just needs to be done. I said the work just needs to be done. We gotta make a change. We gotta be that change. We gotta make a change. We gotta be that change. We gotta make a change. We gotta be that change. We gotta make a change. Stand up, be brave, remain strong. Don't be afraid to right their wrongs. Stand up, be brave, remain tall. Don't be afraid to right their wrongs. Oh yeah.